Hello everybody, I'm Melissa and welcome back to Book Bar and welcome to another vlog. This one is going to be a can a romance reader enjoy non-romance books? Just kidding. I do enjoy non-romance books, so it's going to just be a reading outside of my comfort zone, pushing the limits, trying something new, trying books that I've heard about and want to test out for myself. So I'm starting with, well, I'm not starting with, but there are some books. I have a couple that I probably should have grabbed, but whatever, it's fine. But I do know I want to read Midnight is the Darkest Hour by Ashley Winstead because I have enjoyed Ashley Winstead's writing. Both I've read I've read a couple of her, or one of her romances, but I've also read a thriller of hers. So I do want to try this one out and see maybe, her writing just might work for me, both in terms of romance and non-romance. And then I also want to read The Will of the Many by James Islington. I don't know, but I have the audiobook and I have heard nothing but good things from people that I trust in the fantasy world, so I want to try it out for myself. I do love a good fantasy every once in a while, and we're in fall and I just love reading fantasies and things like that this time of year. I also have Project Hail Mary by, why can't I think of the author? I'll put it right here. I do want to try that one out. It's a sci-fi. I don't do science. I've never liked science ever in my life. So we'll see how that goes. But I do want to try it out. I've heard it's very reasonable. So, and then I also have Phoenix King, I believe is what it's called. I'll put it right here. I own this one and it has a gorgeous step backy picture. So if I do get to it, I will show that. But I do want to get to that. So we will see if I read that one as well. But I for sure will be reading, because I also already have another fantasy, so I don't know. But those are at least 3, possibly 4 books that I will be reading in this vlog. So stay tuned to see my thoughts on all of these. Hello, good afternoon. This is going to be quick and quiet, but I am 25% of the way into Midnight is the Darkest Hour by Ashley Winstead. Sorry, I'm in the sales office at my job. And yeah, it is good so far, very intriguing from the beginning. I was hooked. So it follows Ruth, who it's told on 2 timelines, a past and a present timeline. Ruth lives in southern Louisiana and is the preacher's daughter, and so religious trauma plays a big role in this. But yeah, I'm having a great time with it so far. So one night there's this story about a guy, a vampiric type of creature that hunts the swamp that she lives near. Yeah, it's very interesting and there's a lot of questions going on. And one night she was out with a guy and he came onto her and tried to do stuff that she wasn't into, and another guy that was her age showed up and they did something, and now it's years later, and there's been a skull discovered in the swamp. So there's this whole a mystery going on with that. But yeah, it's good so far. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give anything away, but the first 25%, I feel like I'm not giving any spoilers. But yeah, I have some theories. Yeah, I don't want to say what they are because I don't want to spoil anything, but this is really good. Probably the best thriller mystery horror I've read this year. Not that I read a lot of them, but I have read some. But so far, this first 25%, I am hooked. So that's why I'm updating you all from the sales office, because I still have an hour and a half of work left and I want to keep listening, but I wanted to update the vlog. So yes, I'm gonna go because I need to go back to work and I need to get some sort of caffeine in me because I am dying. I'm really severely lagging, but I'm gonna go and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Good evening. I got to 50% of the way through Midnight is the Darkest Hour, and oh my gosh, I am obsessed with this. Who would have thought I would be obsessed with a thriller horror type book? But there is a little bit of a romance. Sorry, my phone is shaking. I'm having a good time with it. So basically we knew that this guy's skull was uncovered. Well, now obviously the police are going through the swamp, and they've uncovered another skull, and we're learning a little bit more about Everett, who is Ruth's they were really good friends in high school, and they're kind of, I feel like they have a little bit of a romance, but Ruth is also dating one of the deputies in town, Barry. And Ruth, because of her religious trauma, her dad has always said, like, women should always be behind their husbands, and, like, just very much, like, don't ever speak out against your husband type of thing. And Ruth, I don't think, feels that way. She didn't get to go to college because the colleges are putting, like, thoughts in people's brains, and God is gonna smite them. Anyone that goes to college, it's insane. But I'm having a really good time with it, and I'm kind of, I don't know, it's like the perfect amount of, like, creepy with also not being, like, overly, like, I can't listen to this. So yeah, I'm having a great time. I'm gonna go, and I'll update you all when I get to 75-ish%. Hello. I am 75% of the way through Midnight is the Darkest Hour by Ashley Winstead, and oh my gosh, this book is wild. I actually think I'm turning into a thriller girl, but not domestic thriller. I don't like domestic thrillers. I think I like these, like, twisty, turny thrillers, because I've read a couple this year, and this is like, also I just think Ashley Winstead is a great author. But the stuff that has happened in the last 25%, I can't even put into words what is going on. But the blurb saying that it is like Twilight meets Thelma and Louise meets something else, like, all factual, like, so good. I have to look up what the exact thing is for the final clip. But I'm obsessed. And I'm having a great time with this. Like, I'm loving it completely. Ruth is learning to, like, fight back. Barry is awful and disgusting, and I hate him. And yeah, like, I actually might hate him more than her dad. So yeah, that is what is going on. But I do have a little bit of a unboxing. I got this package delivered to me, like, super late last night, and I didn't open my door, but it's from Temu. Sometimes I order things and I just, like, black out, and I'm like, oh yeah, I ordered that. But I ordered some glitter cardstock. I want to make Christmas tags with glitter cardstock, so I ordered some of that. But I didn't want, sometimes, like, with Amazon, there's so much, and, like, I only needed a couple sheets. Then I ordered some, I've been really into, like, junk journaling, so I ordered some, like, junk journal stuff, so just, like, tags and things. This is it has, like, ephemera type stuff. Ooh, these are, like, vintage book pages. I have bought in a couple, like, old school books that, like, I didn't love, and so I've used those. But these are, like, stained glass little sheets. These have stickers that say made with love, so they're, like, little envelopes, like, letter writing things I wanted to get for my shop. And then oh yeah, these are, like, little gears and keys and things, just for fun. I might put them in some resin stuff. I got some ideas of things I'm gonna do potentially for my Etsy shop. And then this is, I think, like, more paper type stuff. Terrible. Ooh. Oh, I remember. It's a wall collage kit, so I just bought it because, like, they're, like, paper fun. They have like little sayings. And just pretty like art. Again, possibly it might use some of these in some resin crafts or put them in journals and things. Like, they're just fun. They're pink. Some of them I might put in frames and hang up around my house. I don't know. I might put some with, I have some like art prints. I've been working on like making like an art print scrapbook type thing. So I might put some of those in there just to go with those. But yeah, that is all I have for now. I always say the same things. I'm like awful at describing things. I feel like I use the same phrases over and over again, but it's fine. It is what it is. I'm not changing who I am. You either stick around and watch or you don't. So I don't really care. I just do this for fun. But I'm gonna go because it is hot in my car. Currently it is 72 outside. So not super hot, but with the sun shining just down into my car, it is like a hot box in this bee. So I'm gonna go because I want to keep reading and I want to finish Midnight is the Darkest Hour because I am obsessed. So yeah, I will talk to you all when I finish. Hello, good morning. I realized that as I was editing this vlog last night, I realized I never finished talking about the end of Midnight is the Darkest Hour by Winstead. And I think part of it was because I didn't want to spoil anything, and my thoughts were just like OMG, OMG, OMG. And my thoughts are still pretty much OMG, OMG, OMG. But I loved it. I ended up giving it 5 stars. It actually was a favorite from the month of October when I read it. So yeah, a great start to this vlog of reading out of my comfort zone. I mean, I say out of my comfort zone because it wasn't a romance, but there were romantic elements. There were a lot of things that really drew me to the story, and a lot of things that like I really enjoy reading about in books. I've realized I really do enjoy reading about like religious trauma and like overcoming religious traumas and things like that, and like generational trauma. I am lucky enough that like I am a white woman who grew up in California. Like, I didn't grow up in the South. I live in the South now, but I didn't grow up in the South. So I'm very lucky that like I don't have these issues. I grew up religious, but like not so religious as to like, I was a Lutheran, so I wasn't like hardcore into like religion. Like, my religion was not like a, oh no, this is everything, this are bad. My religion wasn't like that, or at least like the way it was not that way. I just, as I've gotten older, I don't love organized religion. I have no problem with people that do. I still believe that there is a higher power out there. Not that we're getting into that, but like, I'm not an organized religion person. And so I enjoy reading about that type of stuff, especially like living in the South because it is so prominent here. And I've seen it, like I've seen religious trauma like in person. I've luckily never had to witness it. So I enjoy reading about it in books, but it is not going to be a book for everyone. So do know that, like, do check triggers, content warnings. There are a lot of them. I don't know, because I listened to the audiobook and there weren't any in the audiobook, I don't think. But I think in the audiobook it said like that there was like a list on her website. So you could always go check out her website and see like a list of content warnings. But there is like religious trauma, murder. It is a thriller. I mean, there's a lot of craziness going on. So yeah, I had a great time with it. Like I said, I gave it 5 stars. So starting off with a bang, and I'm excited to continue this vlog. I've decided that I'm going to read a fantasy, a sci-fi, and then a horror. Not anything else. So a thriller, mystery thriller, and then a epic high fantasy, a which is like not super out of my comfort zone. I have read a couple. I do enjoy like epic fantasy romances. So this one I don't think has any romance. So we'll see. And then horror in a second, because I have the audiobooks for those and I want to try them out. I've heard good things about all these books, so I am excited to test them out and keep going in this vlog. So I'm gonna go. My hair has gotten really pink, but I need to finish getting ready for the day, and I will talk to you all in the next one. Hello, good afternoon, good evening. I got to 25% of the way through The Will of the Many, and I'm having a good time with it. It's very interesting. So basically this follows Vis. I think his name is Vis. And he is an orphan. And he lives in this society, and he's an orphan, and he like does not want to join the hierarchy, which I saw a review of it where it said like, if like the Roman Empire, I don't know, I don't even know, something met ML, like Fantasy World meets MLMs, and like this is like, he like is like, nah, I don't want to join this. Pretty sure, I'm calling it now, I'm always 100% in, calling it now, his family was killed, like his family was like he was like a prince, so his family was king, queen, whatever, and they were killed by the hierarchy. And so now the hierarchy is what like is ruling where they live. And he got adopted by this guy, and now he's like getting trained by this blind girl. And that's about all I really know. I'm sure there's going to be some craziness that happens, but I'm having a good time with it. I'm enjoying it. It is very intricate, which is kind of difficult when I'm like working to listen to, because I'm like, hold on, back up. But I'm having a good time with it. So yeah, I'm gonna go because I'm tired and it's late and I need to go to bed. And yeah, I will talk to you all in the next one. Hello, good afternoon. I am 50% of the way through The Will of the Many, and the reason I don't talk about fantasy on my channel is because I don't know how to talk about fantasy on my channel. Like, there's a lot going on. There's some trials. There's a school setting. Like, I don't know. People are like learning who Vis really is. I'm confused, but not in a way of like, I like want to DNF or anything. I'm having a great time with it. I don't know how to discuss fantasy. So, which is why I don't, like, romance, I feel like you can't spoil a romance, right? Like, I mean, I'm not going to give you a plot twist in a romance, but, like, you know how romance is going to end, because it's a romance. That's the way it has to be, for it to be a romance. But, like, a fantasy, or a thriller, or things like that, like, how do you booktubers, Cassidy, Mel, how do you guys talk about fantasy? Because I don't understand. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to talk about fantasy without spoiling anything, but I'm having a great time with it. I am really enjoying it. It's good. Yeah, I don't even know what else to say. So, I don't know. I'm gonna go before I say things I shouldn't. I don't know. I will talk to y'all in the next one. Hello, good evening. I did not update at 50% of The Will of the Many, but I did finish it. I did not update because I just felt like I didn't really know what to say, like, without spoiling things. I still don't really know what to say other than it was fantastic. I gave it 5 stars. I loved it. Who Am I? Both books I've read so far have been 5 stars and potentially favorites of the month. Like, what is this? Am I turning into a non-romance girly? Just kidding, that will never happen. I love romance way too much. I was in, so Mel Lenore reads, she, on her Patreon, she's a Discord, and in there she has like buddy read chats, and one of them is for The Will of the Many, and I hadn't said anything about anything in it, and I decided, like, at chapter 50, something happens that's romancy. And I, like, put in there. And then at the end, I was like, see, this is why I don't read romance. Like, my heart was ripped out of my chest. I said, this is why I don't read romance. I mean, this is why I don't read not romance. My heart was, like, ripped out of my chest was what happened. Like, ugh, stressed. So, but it was fantastic. I definitely really enjoyed it. And it is a great fantasy if you like fantasies. I wouldn't say it's like a starter fantasy. Like, you should know some fantasy stuff going in. But it does also have like historical elements because it is like the Roman Empire. But yeah, it is not a romance, though. There's like a very tiny little potentially romance happening. But really, it's just a lot of betrayal. Like, every, like, couple that you're rooting for, it's like, oh, no, betrayal. Oh, betrayal. Oh, betrayal. 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 Betrayal everywhere. Like, nobody to trust. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. But I'm gonna go. Because, yeah. I'm just still sitting here thinking about this. I might go book shopping tomorrow and see if I can find it at my bookstore. We'll see. But, yeah, I'm gonna go, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Hello. Good afternoon. I am 25% of the way through Just Like Mother, and this book is creepy. I've read a couple horror. The only ones I've read have been Darcy Coates, and I feel like she's more of like a cozy horror author, and like this is like actually creepy. Like, I don't know that I'll be able to finish it. Just purely on the fact that I don't do creepy, and it is like legitimately scary. So I don't know. I might just like power through it and just like update you all at the end, because I am, but I also kind of don't want that to be what I listen to at like the end of the day, because I'm gonna need something happier in my brain. So yeah, I don't know. It's really creepy though. But it follows a girl named Maeve, who at the beginning, like, it was told like when she was young, and she had her cousin Andrea, and it sounds like they lived in like a, I think it was a cult that they were a part of. And now it's like years later, and they like escaped, and they have led completely different lives, and now it's like years later, and they've like reconnected. And Andrea's very much like wants to be a mother, has like built her life on like fertility and things like that. And then Maeve is like the exact opposite, like wants nothing to do with motherhood, doesn't want to be a mom, has no desire, like enjoys the single life, has a guy she hooks up with on the side, but that's about it. And she's like getting entrenched in like Andrea's world, and I don't know, it's really creepy. It's really creepy so far, and I'm only 25% in, so I just don't know that like my brain is gonna be able to handle this, because I don't like creepy. So, but yeah, it's really warm in my car, so it's time to go back inside. And yeah, it's a rough day here at my office, but personal stuff, so I will update you all when I get to 50% or possibly the end of this. Good afternoon. I made it to 50% of Just Like Mother, and it's real creepy. Like, I am extremely creeped out. I'm like terrified to continue, because I'm just like, it's so creepy. I don't know. I don't think that like, part of me wants to just stop reading now, because I'm not going to rate this high. Because I'm not enjoying it. Like, it's gonna get like a 4 on enjoyment for me, because I'm just not, it's not my cup of tea. So like, part of me is kind of like, do I want to just give it up now and just call it an F, not rate it, just move on with my life? Or do I want to continue? I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. I'm conflicted, but I'm not having a good time with it. I guess, so it's a horror, but it's more like domestic-y, and I think that's my problem. I'm not a big, like, domestic, like, I don't like domestic thrillers, which is funny because I love romance, and what's more housewifey than a romance? But although I don't like romances where the heroine is just a wet blanket anyways, but I don't know, I'm not sure how I feel. And yeah, like I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. I might have to ask some people, because yeah, I just don't think it's my thing. So I don't know, guys. The first 2 books of this vlog, fantastic. The second 2, I'm not loving. So I don't know. But yeah, that's all I have. I'm gonna go. And it's football night, so I'm gonna go watch some football. Chiefs, Eagles, the Swift Bowl. There will be a Swift at the game, because DeAndre Swift plays for the Eagles. So there will be a Swift there. It's just not the Swift everyone was hoping would be there. And yes, I know I have a hanger. That's probably really annoying, but it's in my way. I'm packing for Thanksgiving, so it's like I almost sat on it, and I don't want to sit on it and break it. So yeah, I'm gonna go. Why do I always say that? So annoying. I annoy myself sometimes, so I probably annoy all you. But yeah, I will talk to you all when I make a decision on whether to continue with Just Like Mother or not. I am 75% of the way through Just Like Mother, and I hate it. I think I just don't like psychological things, and this is 100% that. And yeah, I'm not a fan. I don't like this type, because I know, obviously, like, if I was reading a dark romance with like these tropes, I'd probably be eating it up. But because I know this is gonna have an HEA at the end, I hate it. Like, I'm uncomfortable reading it, which is the point. You're supposed to be. But that's why I'm a romance reader. I love knowing that I have an HEA at the end. Like, if I was reading about a sex cult, I mean, they shouldn't get a happily ever after, but like, the character Maeve should get her happily ever after with someone else. But no, I'm reading about a cult that is being reformed, and this girl is getting entrenched. I can't stand it. I hate it. I probably will end up not rating it, because if I did, I'd probably give it like a 2-star. I don't know. I could see it kind of like what is going on. I know what's going to happen. I see it coming. I see what's happening. I could have told you from the beginning what was going to happen. But yeah, I don't like it. I will finish it, because I am at the point now, there's just no going back. So I will finish it, but kind of sad that, this book is just not for me. I think I would rather read, like, I know I can never read like an extreme horror. I don't do body gruesomeness. I don't do things like that. But like paranormal horror and things like that, like, I'm cool with. Darcy Coates. I've read Darcy Coates. I love Darcy Coates. I've read multiple books from her, and I've had a great time with them. Some of them I've actually read physically, and one I've listened to an audio. Like, I've had a great time with them. They don't, like, they're eerie, but they're not like, I don't know. I can't stand this book. I'm so sorry for people that love it, but I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. It's going to go down as like one of my least favorite books of all time with the other Mrs. Constantine. Or the last, no. Yeah. No, The Last Mrs. Parrish. That's the book. I got the author and the book confused. But The Last Mrs. Parrish is going down as like one of the worst books I've ever read. I hate it. I hate it here. I'm so upset. But I'm going to finish it because I'm at the point now there's no turning back. So, yeah. I'm hungry. So, it's time to go eat. And I will update you all when I finished this book. I don't even want to say anything about it because I'm at a point where if I say anything, it's a spoiler. And I don't want to spoil things. But just know, this is not it for me. Like, which, I mean, that's the purpose of doing this vlog, right? Is to see what I like and what I don't like. And I don't like this. Psychological thriller horrors are not my jam. So, yeah. I'll update you all at the end. I finished Just Like Mother, and I effing hated that book with a fiery passion that lives in my soul. I did not rate it on Goodreads because I just don't think it's fair. But if I were to rate it, it would be a 1.5 stars. I hated it. Absolutely despised that book. So, I mean, if you like that type of book, you'll probably love it. You'll love the twists and the turns and the this and then that. But I hated it. I hated it. I hated it so much. And yeah, I'm going to go because I don't want to think about this book ever again. It was so, I hated it. Like, I hated it. But yeah, I'm going to go and be angry for the rest of the day. And I will talk to you all when I read my final book, which at least that one has gotten better. But you'll find out about that in the next one. Hello. I am 25% of the way through Project Hail Mary. And y'all, I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm not interested. I don't know. Like, I'm not having a great time with it. I'm going to give it 25% more and see how I feel. But I'm really not jiving. So, we'll see. Like, people love it. But I'm just not. Yeah. But yeah, if you don't know, Project Hail Mary is about a guy. I can't even think of what his name is. Because that's how little I care. And he wakes up and he's on a spaceship. And he's all alone. And he doesn't have any memories at first. And he slowly starts to get the memories back. And as he's like getting his memories back, we're learning more about him. And why he's in space. And the reason that he's there. And I mean, it's kind of interesting. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I know that there's some sort of companion. I don't know if I've met this companion or not. But we'll see. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not having the best time with it. But it could get better. Who knows? Who knows? I generally don't DNF this early on into a book. I will sometimes because, like, if I just know. Like, there's sometimes that I read a book and I'm like, no. But that's when I'm reading a romance that I've read many times before. So, yeah, I don't know. But I'm going to keep going, and I will talk to you all when I get to 50%. Hello, good evening. Sorry, my hair has pink dye in it. Or, not pink, rose gold dye. I'm adding more to it just because it's just a conditioner. And sometimes I switch off between doing, like, it dry and doing it with, once I've washed my hair. So today was, like, a dry day. And, yeah, not that you're here for that, but I am 50% of the way through Project Hail Mary, and I am enjoying it more than I was the first time, which is good because I absolutely hated the last book I read. But I'm having a good time with it. I still could not tell you what our main character's name is. His last name is Grace. I know that, I think. I could be wrong about that. I legit don't know. So, yeah, I don't know our main character, but he is, you know, out in space. and doing some stuff. And I don't want to say, again, I just don't want to say anything because I don't want to spoil things. But there is a second character, which I knew this. Like, I knew that there was something that came in and was like a second character in the book. And it's been a great time having that additional character, because it's kind of told in like 2 times. It's told like in the flashbacks of him like remembering going on, like agreeing to go on this mission, like doing this. And then also like in the present of him in outer space. And because he's like getting his memories back. Like the more he's awake and the more he's lucid, he's getting his memories of like what had happened, what transpired. And I'm liking this. I'm liking the way that it's told. And I was liking that from the beginning. But I feel like I'm getting more, and I'm getting more of him even in like the memories, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm having a great time with it. Okay, great is relative. I'm having a good time with it. I think it's probably going to be like a 3.5, maybe 4 star. But it's a lot better in relative to the book that I read. The other book that I read last. Just like Mother. I hated that book so much. But yeah, I need to go and rinse this out of my hair and go to bed because I got a long day tomorrow. It's the day before Thanksgiving, and I will be traveling all day. Not really. I have to work in the morning, and then I gotta drive for a couple hours and then fly. So it's gonna be a long day. I won't get home. I won't get to my parents' house till like almost probably like 11:30, which for me being in Texas, it'll be like 1:30 after having been awake since probably, I mean, I want to try to go to work at like 7 tomorrow, just because I'm also off the entire week after Thanksgiving. So we'll probably leave early tomorrow. So I just want to get like as much like done and taken care of that I can. So I'll probably go to work early. So it's just going to be a really long day. But yeah, not that you care. I'm rambling now. So I will talk to you all when I get to 75% of Project Hail Mary. I am now 75% of the way through. Wow, this is terrible lighting. I am 75% of the way through Project Hail Mary, and I'm enjoying it. I got very sad at the last point, the last 25%, because I thought something horrible happened, but it did not, thankfully. And yeah, I'm just having a good time. I'm vibing with it. It's every like check-in, it's gotten better. I've enjoyed it a little bit more each time, so hopefully it continues and I end up, you know, really enjoying it at the end. But yeah, I want to go finish it. I have a 2-hour drive, and I got on 2 times speed. I have about 2 hours left, so it'll be perfect. I should be able to finish it on my drive, and so I will update you all when I'm done. Hi, hello. This video ends up being really, really late, but it's fine. I'm here to close out the vlog of reading outside of my comfort zone and to finish my final thoughts on Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. I'm going to go ahead and give it like 3.5, 4 stars. I haven't ran it through my spreadsheet, even though I finished it like over a week ago. I've just been really busy, and yeah, so I haven't had time to update the vlog, but I'm giving it like 3.5, 4 stars. It was good. I just think it was like way overhyped for me, but I had a good time with it, and I'm glad I finally read it. The ending was, I don't know, it was kind of unsatisfying, but also satisfying at the same time. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, I had a good time. But overall, with this vlog, I had 2 new favorites, like fantastic. Will recommend them to any readers, romance or not, because I loved them and I'm a romance reader. And then I had one, my hair is doing its own thing today. I had one that I absolutely despised, hated, probably one of my worst books of my entire life. And then I had one that was okay. It was good, but like probably overhyped for what it was. And like, I'm sure had I read it when the hype was real, I probably would have loved it. Kind of like, I'm sure in like a year, I'll feel the same way about like Midnight is the Darkest Hour, because it will have had so much hype. But I loved it when I read it because I didn't know anything about it. I hadn't been spoiled for anything. Whereas I knew some stuff about Project Hail Mary that I'd been spoiled for. So yeah, overall, I had a great time with this. hopefully I can get this up. You're probably gonna get like 5 videos in a row from me, like one every day, because I have like 5 videos filmed and planned, and I just have not had a chance to upload them. So I have been really busy in California. As you can see, I'm in a completely different car. I'm in my mom's car, and in the parking lot from hell right now. I went to go get Starbucks, and it's by the grocery store. And usually I just drive right over to, I mean, I know it's lazy to drive, but it's kind of far. It's a big parking lot. And half the parking lot is shut down. So that's great. Not. But yeah, I got the iced caramel brulee latte. That's really good. Ooh. I mean, my go-to is always going to be a peppermint mocha. But I have for holiday drinks. But I had a thing where if I bought like 2 lattes, I would get extra stars, and so I will switch it up every once in a while. But yeah, that was pretty good. So I'm gonna go home, and so I can get this video uploaded finally. And if you made it to the end of this vlog, leave me a, what do I want? Leave me a planet emoji, a outer space emoji, because I read a book set in space. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. It really helps me out. And I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Bye.